Hello everyone and welcome to Chess with M&M. Today we will see a game happen between James Robert Fischer and his famous opposite Boris Spassky in 1992 in Yugoslavia. And this game is one of the most beautiful games Fischer played. And we will see how was Fischer thinking and we will see his attacking style. So let's get started. Spassky with the white pieces and Fischer with the black pieces. Spassky started by d4, queen pawn opening, knight to f6, c4 and c5. And here we're seeing Fischer going to the benign defense, which one of the most favored defenses to Fischer. d5 taking a space on the center, d6 and knight to c3. Knight to c3 developing the knight, g6 preparing to put his bishop on g7 and put it in this nice diagonal, e4 taking a space and bishop to g7 and bishop to g5. Bishop to g5 is not the best move in this position. There is bishop to d3, there is knight g to e2 is more played moves, but bishop to g5, okay, it's a good move, but it's not the best. h6 now by Fischer. h6 kicking this bishop, bishop to h4 and g5, and then bishop to g3. And here maybe you're asking yourself, how Fischer gonna save his king? Because now castling on king side, it's not safely after h6 and g5. It's not safely for the queen, for the king. Also, castling on queen side is not easy too, because after d6 on c and c5. Okay, but here Fischer's strategy is attacking before get attacked, and this is what we will see in this game. Now after bishop to g3, queen to a5, bending this knight and threatening takes on e4, pardon. And then bishop to d3 to protecting this pawn. But here I want you to pause the video and try to find the move Fischer played. If you found the move, congratulations, you are so good player. The move is knight takes on e4. Knight takes on e4. This is the move that Spassky lost. What the idea from this move? Let's see. Knight takes on e4, bishop takes on e4, taking the free knight, as seems like. But now, after bishop takes on c3, queen takes, b takes on c3, and queen takes on c3 with, queen takes on c3. Okay, we have some problem in the connection. Queen takes on c3 with check, king to f1, almost the only move. And now Fischer played f5. f5. This is the idea from knight takes on e4, playing f5. Now I'm threatening your bishop on e4. If you move your bishop away, example to c2, I'm gonna play to c2. I'm gonna play f4, and you will lose your bishop. Threatening your bishop. Your bishop has no way to escape. So after f5, here Spassky played rook to c1, in between move, threatening Fischer's queen. Queen to f6, and then h4. h4, Spassky hoped Fischer to take on h4, g takes on h4, and this will be a blunder, because if you take on h4, I'm going to take by the bishop, threatening your queen. You have to move your queen. Example, queen to f7, and then I'm going to move my bishop away, bishop to c2, and you will be down a piece. So, and here, after h4, Fischer played g4. g4, this bishop will still stuck here on the g3, and here Spassky decided to give Fischer the dark square bishop and played bishop to d3, going away from the threat, f4 and knight to e2. Knight to e2. Maybe here you're asking yourself why why Spassky doesn't play bishop to h2. Bishop to h2, Fischer just can't play g3, and after takes and takes with check, he gonna take the bishop again, so it doesn't make a difference. So after knight to e2, f takes on g3, knight takes on g3, and rook to f8. Rook to f8, and here Fischer started the attack on Spassky's king, threatening m8 in 1. And here Spassky played rook to c2. Rook to c2, defending the pawn. But here, rook to c2, it wasn't the best move in this position. The best move here was queen to c2. Queen to c2, making some counter attack to white, making some play to white, because now the queen and the bishop can make some checks on g6 square. Example, knight to d7 from black. Let's see, knight to d7. knight to h5, give me your queen. And here the best move is queen to d4, still pressure on f2 square. Here white can play rook to d1, rook to d1 threatening check from g6 and then taking the queen. So you have to move your queen, you have to move your king, sorry, king to d8. Here the white has something to do, has some counter attack. But now after rook to c2, the white has nothing to do. The white just watching and the black just attacking. So rook to c2, it was a mistake from white. Knight to d7, bringing the knight to the game, to the attack. And knight to d7, and then a queen takes on g4. Queen takes on g4, trying to win some material, but white has nothing to do. Just trying to win some pawns. Knight to e5, threatening the queen and the bishop, so only move queen to e4 to protecting the bishop, and bishop to d7. Bishop to d7, preparing to bring to castling and bring the other rook to the game. And here Spassky played king to g1. King to g1, going away from this file, from rook and queen file. Castle and bishop to d1, bishop to f1. Bishop to f1, here Spassky trying to protecting every weaknesses he has. Bishop to f1, just protecting the g2 pawn. And here Fischer played rook to g8, developing the rook on the king's file. And here Spassky played a good move, and it is f4. Now f4, it is a good move, but it's too late to playing a good moves now, because Spassky's the advantage with Fischer. The Fischer is attacking. Now the good moves doesn't work actually. f4, threatening the knight on e5, but also f4 make it this knight unprotected. So now after f4, Fischer played knight takes on c4. If you want to take my knight, so give me your c4 pawn. And here Spassky played knight to h5. Knight to h5, give me your queen. King to f7, still threatening the knight. Queen takes on c4, queen takes on h5, and rook to b2. Rook to b2, trying to activate his rook on b file to making some counter attack in the future. So here Fischer played rook to g3. Rook to g3 is an excellent move. This move saying to this pawn, you will still here until I bring the other rook and capture you. Alright, this move is an excellent. This move stopping this pawn on g2. And here, after rook to g3, preparing to get the other rook to g8 and make a pressure on g2 square. Here Spassky played bishop to e2, threatening the queen on h8, queen to f7, and bishop to f3. Bishop to f3, protecting g2 pawn from f3 square and developing the bishop on this nice diagonal. Rook d to g8, make a lot of pressure on g2 square, and threatening takes on g2, on f3. Takes on f3, you can take by the pawn because it's bending by the rook with your king. So after rook d to g8, Spassky played queen to b3. Queen to b3, if you're taking the bishop by the rook on f3, I'm gonna take by the queen. I'm not forced to take by the pawn, and at the same time threatening takes on b7. So here Fischer played b6, don't take on b7 and don't bother my king on c8. And here Spassky played queen to e3, protecting f4 pawn because it was unprotected. And here Fischer played queen to f6, threatening the rook on b2, rook to e2, and bishop to b5, threatening the rook again, rook to d2 and e5, threatening e4, threatening example if you played here a3. I'm gonna play e4, you can take by the bishop because it's bending with your queen. And if you take by the queen, I'm gonna play rook to e8, threatening check on e1 and then checkmate. So you have to play rook to b1, I'm gonna take on f4 and threatening your rook on d2. So here you have to take d takes on e6, and this is what happened in the game. D takes on e6, and here Fischer played bishop to c6. Bishop to c6, threatening takes on f3. You can take by the queen because there's a rook here, and you can take by the g pawn because it's bending with your king. So Spassky here played king to f1, king to f1, going away from this file. But here Fischer take it on f3, and in this position Spassky resigned the game. Why Spassky resigned the game? Because now you can take by the queen. There's a rook here, and if you take it by the pawn, g takes on f3. I'm gonna give you a check from the a1, queen check on a1. If you go to the a2, to the f2, pardon, I'm gonna play bishop to g2, checkmate. And if you go to the e2, I'm gonna just win your rook, and you will be down a rook. So, hope you enjoyed the video and learned from it. I sure you heard some faults in my English, but I will practice my English with the time. So please appreciate this, and don't forget us from like and subscribe. And thank you for watching the video, and see you in the next video.